Today folks, we're making the juicy mince 3-pound. We've done several iterations, if that's the word, of this recipe, and today I'm taking you through the newest version. Not only am I going to take you through how you make it, but I'm also going to take you through how you put it into MyFitnessPal. Because this is the meal that's going to, 1, save you a shitload of time, 2, save you a shitload of money, but help you also along your fitness journey, whether you're trying to lose some fat or build some muscle. So let's get into it. Giddy up? Alright, so make sure you have your kitchen weigh scales and you have a notepad. Those are essential for putting this stuff into MyFitnessPal, and we'll get to those things later. This recipe, I'm going with green capsicum, onion, and celery. Mix it up. You can put whatever you like in there, but for this particular round of juicy mince, it's green capsicum and celery. Giddy up. The mince is a staple. Then I'm going for my pasta sauces. I like to go for a tin of chopped tomatoes and the regular tomato puree itself. Then I like to add in this. This is from Aldi. This is just to give it a wee little bit of extra flavouring. Now, I've tried other ones. You can go con carne mix or whatever. I just put it in for an extra little bit of flavouring. You can or not, it doesn't fucking really matter. Make sure we incorporate our oils and our salts. Then we have our rice. Chicken stock, this is for the rice. And the bone broth is to go in with the beef. All right, so I forgot to start the camera, but I've actually put in 20 mils of oil in the pot. Now I'm going to heat the oil and we're going to prepare the onion. So I'm actually going to weigh the onion before I chop it up, because otherwise it just gets a wee bit messy. And of course I write down the weight of the onion in the notebook. I chop the onion up and I add to the oil. Next, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to weigh the plate, zero the scales, and now add on my mince, so I get the exact weight of the mince I'm using in this recipe. The mince gets added to the onions, mash it up, add some salt, and leave it to cook. While the mince is browning, I'm going to prepare my celery. Again, chopping it up finely. I'm going to use a bowl on my scales, again zero the scales, and figure out the weight of the celery I'm using. Once I've figured out the weight, I write it down again. Now check out the way I'm chopping up this capsicum. Minimal wastage. Remove the seeds, and watch what I do with the stalk. Pop it out. Zero wastage for the capsicum. Chop it up. Now what I'm actually doing here is I'm zeroing the weigh scales again, and I'm going to put the capsicum in on top of the celery, which gives me the weight of the capsicum only. This goes into the pot. Yes, I'm making a mess. Now I'm going to add in my tomato sauce, my chopped tomatoes, and then I'll add in my beef bone broth. I have a little bit of a trick here. I pour the bone broth into the glass jars, give them an old swirl, so there's absolutely zero wastage. Do the same with the tin, give it an old swirl around, chuck it in, and then the last thing I'll add after I give it a stir around will be my seasoning. Oh, actually, glass of water, just so it's nice and juicy. You can add the glass of water yourself or not, or leave it out. So I'll add in the flavouring here, which is from Aldi, the shepherd's pie flavouring. Again, you can add in whatever you want, or you don't even need to add this in at all. And just what I want to kind of come back to previously, you can use whatever veggies you like. Now, I'm just going to write down on my notepad again all these ingredients that actually have barcodes. So there's 4 ingredients in total that I have here that I'm writing down, and they all contain barcodes. Now the next thing I need to do is make the rice. So I'm going to weigh the rice, and I'm actually going to add into the rice chicken stock. When you're cooking rice, the best thing to do is add chicken stock to it, because it makes it far more tasty, and it adds sodium to your meal, which sodium is super important to get into your diet. And I'm completely cocked up the measurements here, but anyway,
I'm writing it down, and that's part of my recipe. You don't have to use as much chicken stock. It's normally 2-to-1 fluid to rice.
All right, now we're going to add all these ingredients into MyFitnessPal. So bear with me and we'll get stuck in. So open up MyFitnessPal. So this is the typical screen you'll open up into. Hit more down the bottom, scroll down. We're going to create recipe. Good, we're going to enter things manually, and we're going to add in the name first of all. This is going to be Juicy Mince 3.0. We're going to, I reckon this is going to make about 6 servings, but we can edit this later on. Okay, let's add ingredients. So, first ingredient on the list is oil, 20 milliliters, and this has a barcode. So, you see this button down here at the bottom, the scan button. We're going to use that. We're going to scan the product. Boom. Now, this is coming up that 1 tablespoon is a serving. If we look on the label here, you will see one serving is 15 mils. And I know 1 tablespoon from looking it up in the past is approximately 15 mils. So we actually had 1.3 of a serving because we had 20. So 1 decimals, 1.3, and we'll click add to that. So 1.3 tablespoons is 155 calories. Add ingredient. Beautiful. Right, next one. We're going to go onions. So we're going to go onion, type in onion, because there's no barcode here. How do you spell onion? O-N-I-O-N. Search. Let me see. So we're looking for the green tick. So I'm going to select this one here at the very top. And I know I had 139 grams of onion. So pretty much 140 grams. So let's change it to 1.4. So we see here 140 grams. We're going to add our next ingredient. See how we're going here? Mince meat. Beef mince. So we'll hit search. What comes up? Now we have a lot of options here, and it can be tricky to know which one to go with. I know my mince is a premium mince. Sorry, you go probably here the extra lean. So let's go down here, the lean mince. It's 100 grams. I know I had pretty much 500 grams. So let's bump this up by 5. Boom. If you feel this isn't correct later on, but it seems pretty correct to me, we can always come back and change it. Okay, celery is next. Add in celery. I didn't have a barcode here. Good job, I know how to spell celery. Oh, and there's a tick up here, 1 cup at the top. I think that's about right. I just have to figure out, and I'll go 1 cup. Let me see, can we change that serving? 1 gram. Let's change that to 1 gram because I know I had 372 grams. Beautiful. So 372 portions. Boom. Add that in. There we go. 60 calories in 372 grams. Easy. Now let's go for green capsicum. Add. Green. Have up here at the top, green raw capsicum. I'm going to go with that first one. We'll see how we go. So that's giving me 100 grams. For the capsicum here, I had 220. So 2.2 is what I'm going to change here. 2.2. Boom. 220 grams. 44 calories. Unbelievable. Add ingredients. Okay, now we're going back into our barcodes again. So I'm going to scan the barcode for my tomato sauce. If it'll scan, boom. Okay, 60 mils is 1 serving, and we'll check on here. Well, we used a lot more than 60 mils, so One serving here is 120. I know there's 680 grams. So what I need to do is bump that up. Can we change that? No, we can't. So I know on this, according to this, there's 5.5 servings if you're going by 2. So it's one serving here is 123 grams. You can see that. So we just have to do quick maths. 5.5 by 2 is 11 servings. Boom. So there you go. 66 mils, probably about right because there's a little bit of space in the top. Good. Let's move on now to the tin of chopped tomatoes. Hit the scan button. Perfect. So it's saying a serving size is 100. I know there's 4 servings in this, so we go by 4. This is what you always got to make sure of, that you're adding the correct serving size. Tin of chopped tomatoes, the bone broth. Add ingredient, hit the scan it in. Boom. What's the serving size? 1 mil. I know I want to go much higher than that. 1 gram. Let me see what we'll go that container. So this is pretty much 500 grams. Yeah, it's a 500 gram pack and we used all of it. Hit size, add, and there is fuck all calories in that one. Happy days. And we're nearly there. I'll put in this mix, add ingredient. Perfect, 13 grams for 1 serving, but we know we used 4 servings. It's because it's a full 4 servings, so multiply this by 4 because we put the whole lot in after all. Beautiful. Okay, bone broth mix. Now we'll go with the rice. Lucky my rice has a barcode as well. So I'm going to scan this one in. Boom. The rice, and I know 277 grams of rice, almost 300. So it's saying here cooked. Let's just, that's okay. It's okay to leave it cooked because I know when it grows up, it's going to be, or when it cooks out, it's going to be good. So the rice is almost 300 grams of rice. So nearly double, but not quite. So 2.8. Let me see what that comes out at. 277. Oops. 277. I'm happy with that. That's close enough. Then the chicken stock, I used 600 mils of the chicken stock. Again, let's add an ingredient. Let's scan it in. Beautiful. So I know I used 600. So this will be 2.5. 2.5. Let's add 625. You know what? Close enough. Considering the calories are so small in it, I'm pretty good there. All right, let's zip this over. Okay, my juicy mince is coming out 306 calories per container if I go 6 containers. Very, very simple. I'm going to save that. And my recipe is done. You will see Demo's Juicy Mince 3.0 at the top. Very, very easy. Giddy up. So that's it. That's how you make Juicy Mince 3.0. Super simple, super time efficient, super low in calories. You're in control of all the ingredients. You can't go wrong. You can mix it up how you like, add different things in. You know, it's completely versatile. So if you haven't given it a go yet, I definitely recommend it. And enjoy it. Giddy up.